Continuing our series of front end problems with this car. So make a lot of noises. I did replace the power steering pump. Still making a noise. Look further. Here's the rack and pinion. See, down there it's very wet. Not a good sign. There. It's kind of wet, especially there. So it leads me to believe this is the pressure line goes in, and then coming out the return line is the problem. So in this video, we got a leaky rack and pinion, maybe from the power steering pump not working for the pressure line or the rack and pinion. Either way, this car is old. This is 2007 Honda CRV. It's got 275,000 miles around there. And we're doing basically the whole front end for pennies on the dollars because we're doing it ourselves. So let's get started. So yeah, it looks very wet down there. Bring you closer. If anything, it looks like it's the return line that's doing it. That's it. So that's my theory, is we're going to change out the connector for that return line, change out the clamp. Maybe the clamp is getting old. So as you can see, the pressure line, the rusty one on the left at the 9 o'clock position, and the one that's pretty wet is the return line, and it looks like it's leaking mostly from there, making it look like the whole steering bracket needs to be replaced. We're not going to do that, so we're going to try to save some money and just change out the connector for that return line. All right, I was able to take out the clamp. There's the old clamp right there. I mean, the hose looks pinched there, but if you look at the internal of it, internal diameter looks pretty clean. So what I'm gonna do is gonna switch out that connector right there. That seems to be, when I took it out, there was a lot of crud there. And I think that might be the culprit. So we're gonna replace it with the new one here. Here's the new one. This, I wanna say, is a 17 millimeter. It goes on like this, and no RTV, no gasket required, just the way it's flanged. When you screw it in really tight, it'll just be snug enough. I don't know what the torque spec is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But here is the part number. It's called connector something. I looked at it on a diagram and I was able to get the part number. But if you need the part number, take a screenshot of that, and we'll give itself new clamps, OE clamps. I mean, not a fan of it, but this is what they use. So don't change anything that's broken, because it is a pressurized line. Actually, I take it back. It is a return line. It's not pressurized that much. So that's what we're gonna do. To get to the 17 millimeter connector is kind of at a weird angle, so you need a swivel. 17 millimeter on a swivel, impact it up. So we're gonna go in here. There it is. It's out. Just to break it free. And try to get out by hand. So remember, there's no gaskets, no RTV to this thing. So you can see, like I said, maybe because it's old, it is 19 years old. What else you can tell is, see the flange here? Once you torque this down, I'll look up the torque spec. it goes pretty flat there. You can see it on the camera compared to the new one. So here's the, let me catch up the camera. See how the flange on this, still a little bubble to it. See it? See how the top one, the old one's already been compressed down, and the bottom is brand new. So once that's compressed down, torque to spec, you really don't need to do anything else. It's just like a brake line. You don't need Teflon tape. You don't need RTV, none of that stuff. The guy in TRQ did recommend just bottom out and just go one more turn, a quarter of a turn. Again, I have it on a swivel, but on 3/8 this time rather than a 1/2 inch drive. I don't know, I said that when I took it out with the impact. 1/4 inch, same thing, 27 foot-pounds. I'll put it back together. Put the original, well, OE clamps back and put the connector back and just snug it up by hand. So to refill the fluid, the way I understand it is, so we're gonna fill this up with OE fluid from Honda. You're gonna fill up to the upper limit, and then you're gonna turn the steering wheel left or right, get all the air out, and then you want to turn the car real quick for 5 seconds, real quick, real fast, and then shut it off, and then refill it back up, and turn it back on and warm it back all the way up to operating temp. So I'm just gonna turn the key on to on. You see the bubbles. About 4 times on each side, so about 2 already on each side. You can see it moving around. The car is actually off the ground. That's how I'm able to do that. So they're both off the ground. No tires on there. So we would turn the wheel back and forth until some of the air comes out. As you can see, I still have dirty fluid in there. It's no longer the crispy color that we like. And the other option, I can suck this out and then replace it with clean fluid. I'm gonna keep using it because I don't have a lot. So we're at the top level. We'll turn the car on for 5 seconds and we'll shut it off. And then re-top it off. The pump's turned on, it pulled the fluid down, so you want to top it back off to upper. All right, all put back together, so we're able to do that, and hopefully that's does the trick, because otherwise we have to change out the whole rack and pinion. So I don't want to do that. That costs way too much money. Even like a manufactured, I think Cordell makes it. They're like $700. I mean, there's one on Amazon and stuff, but I don't trust it. I mean, all that work you're gonna do to drop the subframe and all that. We didn't do this in this video, but I wouldn't put something like that in, especially all that work that you got to do. So I'd rather use something that's manufacturer specifications. But that was it. So we were able to put that in and took it for a test drive. Again, you're gonna refill it back, the power steering fluid, when the engine cools down. Right now I just took it for a test drive, so I'm gonna let that cool down. Tomorrow I'll check on it, But that's it. If you like this kind of content where I help you cost savings, you know, and doing stuff yourself, you know, these kind of cars, these gasoline cars. I know gas is very expensive right now at this moment, but we're able to get this done. At least this is a cost saver for you. So I appreciate everybody watching these videos. I'll see you next one.